Hello guys and welcome back to TechWolf. Today we are going to do another CompTIA A Core 2 practice exam questions. And if you are interested in more videos for CompTIA, Cisco or Microsoft, go into YouTube channel by clicking on TechWolf name under this video and find other videos. And first question will be: a Windows PC issues error, boot MGR is missing. What is the best repair approach? So, if on Windows PC you are getting this error, boot MGR or boot manager is missing, what would be the best repair approach for resolving this? Reset Windows, replace the BIOS battery, run check disk /R, run bootrec commands, install new hard drive. So, which would be the correct answer? And the correct answer would be to run bootrec commands, as bootmgr lives in boot configuration data. Rebuilding MBR and BCD resolves corrupted bootloader issues. A technician deploys a Windows image, but new users complain default apps and settings are missing. Which file must be configured? So, if a technician deploys a Windows image, but new user complains that apps and settings are missing, which file must be configured in this scenario? And you should also know this is very important subject for Core 2, which is to do with installation of operating systems. Unattended is .xml, setup.sfg, default user 0.temp, custom.xml, sysprep.inf, which would be the correct answer for this question. And here the correct answer is unattended.xml, as in Windows deployment, unattended.xml defines how user profiles and default settings get applied during OOBE. A user cannot access shared folder on Windows domain PC, but they can ping the server. What should the technician check? So, if your user can't access a shared folder, the folder which has been shared in some network between some devices, user can't access this shared folder, but they can ping the server. This means that devices are able to communicate with the server. What should the technician check? Port 80, DHCP lease expiration, DNS-TXT records, host file entries, SMB service and firewall rules. And here you should think straight about firewalls. So, because on firewalls you can block different ports, so this most likely answer would be SMB service and firewall rules. And yes, that is correct answer, as SMB ports 445 and 139 enable Windows file sharing. Firewall rules commonly block them even when networking otherwise works. In this scenario, if on network that folder has been shared with user still will not be able to access it if ports, for example 445, will be blocked by firewall. And next question: a Linux workstation fails to boot and displays kernel panic, unable to mount root file system. What should the technician check? And here we are talking about kernel panic, unable to mount root file system, and this is on Linux workstation. What should the technician check? EFI boot order, hostname resolution, etc fs tab for incorrect UUID, AppArmor logs, or UEFI secure boot keys. Which would be the correct answer here? And here the correct answer is etc fs tab for incorrect UUID. As if the root file system mount point points to a missing or wrong UUID, the kernel can't mount the root partition, causing panic. And like I mentioned, I'm also in my all videos are mentioning that for this exam there are quite many questions about kernel, and you should know about what kernel does, how it is like, what it is used for, how it is to do with operating system launching, and many more things. So be careful and study kernel for this exam very carefully. And next question, a user's macOS system constantly prompts for the keychain password after login. What is the most likely cause? VPN certificate expiration, keychain password doesn't match login password, file vault is disabled, iCloud sync conflict, or Spotlight reindexing. Which would be the correct answer here? And here the correct answer is keychain password doesn't match login password. When a user changes their password outside the operating system, e.g. domain or Apple ID, the login password and keychain password become unsynchronized. And this is something what you should know. And yes guys, this is it for this practice test or practice exam questions. If you found this video useful, leave a like, and if you are interested in more videos, go to the channel's homepage where you can find many different other practice exams for different exams from CompTIA, Cisco and Microsoft. And see you in the next one.